list of object AL equal to new array list of. Now I want to add objects to it. AL dot add of Eclipse is not there in the system, and if I download now, it will take a lot of time. That's why I'm directly working with Edit Plus. Hope no objection. Double quote say. And did you find any difference between Eclipse and Edit Plus? Now you are experienced programmers, right? So now earlier you were crying, sorry, Eclipse when you teach, Eclipse when you teach. Once I started Eclipse, did you find any difference? There you are typing program, everything by your, here you are typing program, everything by your own. There you are control space option you are using. That is only the difference, na? Everything is same. And here you are compiling, there it's automatically background compiled, correct? So will you tell to your juniors now, array Edit Plus Eclipse, no difference, Rababu. Don't torture Hari sir. Eclipse knowledge is required, but it's not mandatory. I mean, initial days, if you learn Eclipse, if you develop programs Eclipse, you will not get much knowledge, right? Sampath, are you there? I think Sampath not joined today. Sampath, his name yesterday? Yeah, Sampath, are you there now? Sampath B. Why you are not talking, man? Yeah, can you unmute? I gave you unmute permission. So yesterday I was in a hurry, unable to talk to you. Can you speak now?
Yes.
Other students, can you hear him? But why I cannot hear? Oh,
Hello, sir.
1 minute. Yeah. Now, can you try? Sampath, can you speak now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. Now I also able to hear. And tell me, buddy, where you are feeling I am going fast? What topic you are not understanding?
అంటే కొంచెం ఫాస్ట్ చెప్తుండ్రు అనిపించింది సార్ అంతే.
అదేనన్నా మిగతా చాప్టర్స్ లో ఫాస్ట్ చెప్పలేదు అన్నావు కదా.
అవును సార్.
ఇక్కడ ఎక్కడ నీకు అనిపించింది ఫాస్ట్ నిజంగా చెప్తే 15 days ఎందుకు చెప్పు. ఎరే లిస్టు, వెక్టార్, లింక్ లిస్టు ఈ 3 చెప్పుకోవడానికి మనం 1 week స్పెండ్ చేసాం టైం కదా.
కలెక్షన్ నుండి కొంచెం అర్థం అవ్వట్లేదు సార్.
అది ఏం అర్థం కాలేదు, అది నాకు కావాలి. అసలు నువ్వు ఏం ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసావు, ఏం అర్థం కాదు. కలెక్షన్స్ లో ఏమి నేర్చుకుంటాం అనుకున్నావు? కలెక్షన్స్ ఏమి నేర్చుకోవాలనుకున్నావు, ఏం థాట్ ఉంది నీకు? నేనేం చెప్పాను, నీకేం అర్థం అవ్వలేదు?
అంటే ఏం లింక్ చేసుకోలేకపోయాను సార్.
ఓకే, మల్టీ థ్రెడింగ్ లో వాట్ డిడ్ యూ లెర్న్? మల్టీ థ్రెడింగ్ వాట్ డిడ్ యూ లెర్న్? ఇన్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ హ్యాండ్లింగ్ వాట్ డిడ్ యూ లెర్న్? Let us try to figure out. Okay, I'm not scolding you, I'm just trying to find out where you are lagging. Okay, in a object oriented program, what did you learn? In collections, what did you learn? Collections means just 18 class names are there. Each class when to use you have to learn. Are you there in collection chapter from the day beginning? Did you miss any classes in the middle?
First class I was miss.
ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ మిస్ అయ్యావు. ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ మిస్ అయ్యావా?
అవును సార్.
నెక్స్ట్ మరి ఆ క్లాస్ బ్యాకప్ నేర్చు చూసుకున్నావా?
లేదు సార్, అంటే చూసాను, నోట్స్ చూసాను వేరే ఫ్రెండ్.
నోట్స్ వీడియోస్ ఆల్రెడీ షేర్ చేశాను కదా, వీడియోస్ చూసావా?
లేదు సార్, చూడలేదు సార్.
మరి అక్కడ మిస్ అయ్యావు ఇంకా నువ్వు ఫ్లో. కలెక్షన్స్ ఈజ్ ద ఫస్ట్ డే, ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. First day introduction if you miss, next nothing will come, because first day collection introduction only. What is collection, why collection, what the problem with array, how the problems are solved by using collection, and how to work with collection. All the complete base I gave in the first day of the collection introduction class. If you miss first class, gone. Nothing collection will not understand. That's why I recorded videos and I shared a playlist of collection playlist now. And I asked you to watch collection playlist last video. Did you watch?
Yeah, I have, sir.
దాంట్లో అంతా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంతా ఉంది కదా, ఇంక నీకు ఆ దాంట్లో ఏమర్థం లేదు. అదే కలెక్షన్, ఆ వీడియోనే కలెక్షన్ చాప్టర్ మొత్తం. కలెక్షన్ మీన్స్ వాట్ ఈస్ కలెక్షన్? గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్. గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ అంటే I want to store multiple objects as a one group, then I have to use collection. And then how to store multiple objects, how many different types of ways we can store multiple objects. Learning is nothing but collections, nothing more. It's not a logical programming. In collection you are not learning logical programming. In collection you are not learning object oriented program, what do you call it, business logic or persistence logic. Nothing you are learning, just storing in one collection, retrieving from the collection, update elements in the collection. So while performing the operation, what the different methods are calling, that is what learning collection. Understand that? Like in multi-threading, you don't have different kind of logic, or exceptionally we don't have flow of execution logic. When I call add, what operation I want to do? I want to add. Okay, what is the method? Add. What is the internal logic of add? That's it, completed. Once you understand all these collection classes, then based on your project requirement, which collection you have to choose, how to use, only remembering is collection. Okay, na? You muted. All guys, can you hear me? So compared to other chapters, I am teaching collections dead slow. Compared to previous batches too, your batch, I am teaching collections dead slow. Okay. So please don't be in a wrong impression that I'm going fast. I didn't go anywhere fast. If I'm going fast, yesterday you can observe only I explain get to enumeration previous, and yesterday I explain only iterator and iterator rules. So if I am going really fast in one day, get to enumeration, iterator, list iterate, everything I would complete, right? Okay, so let's come back. Tell me now. Here I created array list object. How many locations are there? 10. In the 10 locations, I have stored 6 elements. Okay, and I have displayed it. Control 1, elements are displayed. What the error coming? Cannot find symbol. Array list and list array list. Where this array list class is available? Eclipse is adding our package. Here we have to add. Array list, compile, execute. So output coming. Let me increase font. Okay. Compile and execute. Now I want to retrieve elements from this collection by using iterator. Iterator or enumeration. Let me take iterator. Iterator of object. Iterator of object. ITR equal to. Can you tell me what statement I should write here for retrieving iterator object on array list? AL dot iterator, right? AL dot iterator. Then now I want retrieve elements. I have to write what? While loop. What the method names in iterator for checking element available or not? ITR dot has next. Sampath, if you feel today also I'm going fast, please let me know. Okay, don't hesitate. Yesterday also I was not scolding you. Okay. Yesterday also I'm trying to explain. Today also I'm trying to making you understand. So if you feel anywhere I'm going first, please let me know. And then I want to display elements. How to write the code now? Object obj equal to itr dot next. Then I'm displaying obj. Control 1, compile. And now I'm getting error. Cannot find symbol iterator. Why? I should add import statement for iterator now. So iterator. Control 1, compile now. Control 2. All elements are retrieved. Now my question is, I want to use the same iterator for retrieving elements from the array list. Possible or not possible? What is iterator? Iterator is a cursor. All you people try, recollect. What is iterator? Iterator is a cursor. So what this cursor is doing? First, it is pointing to first element. Am I right? In the array list, it is pointing to first element. Let me take output so that is easy for you to understand. ITR is first pointing to first element. Okay. Now, next method retrieving this element, moving the cursor to next element, next location. Retrieving, moving cursor to next location. Retrieving, move the cursor to next location. Retrieving, move the cursor to next location. Retrieving, move the cursor to the next location. Retrieving and move the cursor to the next location. Right? And tell me, in the next location, do you have any elements? No. Has next method returns false and control come out. Now currently cursor is available where? End of the collection. Currently cursor is at end of the collection. Now from the end of the collection, can I retrieve the elements back? Can I use the same iterator, either retrieving elements from this collection again, either front to back or from front to back? Is it possible or not possible? Is it possible or not possible? Not possible. Why? Iterator is a forward only cursor, one directional cursor. It is a forward only cursor. Understand my point? So iterator is a forward only cursor. So what is the limitation of iterator? Using iterator, I can retrieve elements only in one direction, that is forward only. But I want backward. I want two-way direction. I want two directional cursor. Either I want retrieve elements either in forward or I want retrieve elements background. Okay. I want to retrieve forward or I want to retrieve backward. I want forward, backward. I want bidirectional cursor I want. That bidirectional cursor is list iterator. Everyone understand? It is a list iterator of object. Okay. And then litr equal to what I should write here? Tell me now. Al dot. You want to retrieve elements from which collection? Al. If you want to obtain iterator object, what method is there? Iterator. Similarly, if you want to retrieve elements from array list using list iterator, what could be the method? Guess what is the factoring method for retrieving elements from array list using list iterator? Excellent. List iterator. Enumeration, iterator, list iterator. List iterator litr equal to al dot list iterator. Understand? Then al dot list iterator method returns list iterator. Tell me, like iterator, list iterator is also pointing first location. First element. Then from the first element, now we have to retrieve the elements. Yes or no? Now I have to retrieve here, then. That means in list iterator is a forward only, backward. Bidirectional. First of all, you have to retrieve elements forward direction. For retrieving elements from forward direction, what methods you required? Has next, right? And then where has next methods are available? They are already available in the iterator. Then you need to redeclare those methods again in the list iterator. Bad idea. When already methods are available here, why you recreate again here? Bad idea. Can you make this list iterator as a subinterface of iterator to inherit those three methods into list iterator? So list iterator now will contain four methods. For the four methods, has next method, remove method, and for each remaining elements method. For each remaining elements method also available. Now, in Illustrator, in addition to forward direction moving cursor methods, it is also contain additional methods. What are they? Previous retrieving methods are available. What the previous methods? Has next, has previous. Okay, now next previous. Okay, now so totally how many methods are there in the list iterator? We have inherited methods of 4 from the iterator plus 2 more methods. So totally 6. Can we try to apply those methods here? First, I need to move the list iterator in forward direction. Can we help me write the code now? While, tell me what I write here. While itr dot has next, itr dot has next, object obj equal to litr, sorry, it should be litr, list iterator we want to use. Litr dot next. Then now display the elements system dot out dot println of system dot out dot println of what is right now obj. Save it. Let me write one SOPLN here to see the difference. Oh, sorry. Eclipse thought is coming because generally collections I will teach by using Eclipse. My brain is habituated with yes out. Control 1 error list iterator not found. See, I don't do these mistakes in regular because you know how you tune your brain. Unknowingly it will work like that, right? It will be blindly habituated. Other chapters first you write import and then access the classes. But collections, because I will use only Eclipse, my mind is fully habituated with Eclipse. Only what I iterate, I'm writing. Remaining Eclipse used to take, na? That's what I'm telling. Habituate. Once you habituated something, your mind will do automatically without your presence of mind. Control 2. Look at there. Elements are coming backward direction, forward direction first. A5, B7, C8. Okay. Let me do one thing. I wanted to display all the elements in. Let me display all elements in one direction. I mean, in one line. Still, my mind is not up to the corrected mind. Yesterday, I was disturbed mode. Today, also, it is in disturbed mode. Okay, look at that. Elements are displaying forward direction. Now, can I write the code for retrieving elements backward direction? Same while loop. Open bracket, closed bracket. What I should write here? LITR dot. What method I should write? Has previous. Then next, what I write here? Object obj equal to litr dot next. Sampath, understand what code I am writing? Try Nana, try. If you are having any confusion, please try to ask. I am ready to explain. Here I should write next previous. Last days you should not have a feeling I am going fast. Okay. If you able to connect at least one program, then remaining programs will easily you can understand. Last 2 days, today, tomorrow only, na? Please try. Involve, reply. Keep replying, then you will connect to the points. So list iterator is used for retrieving elements in bidirectional. Look at that. I able to read elements from forward direction. I able to read elements in forward direction. Also, I am able to read elements in backward direction. Okay, 8 onward, 8 to A. So any number of times I can use same list iterator. So now read API documentation of list iterator now. I have built this program with what mindset? With my own programming knowledge or list iterator functionality. So list iterator functionality I learned. Okay. List iterator functionality I have learned. This is iterator. List iterator is this. Click on it. List iterator is a interface. List iterator is a subinterface of iterator. List iterator is also an iterator for lists that allows the programmer. List iterator is for what? Lists. And can we use list iterator on set? Can I use list iterator on set? Can I use list iterator on queue? No. List iterator can be used only on list. That's why its name is what? List iterator. An iterator for list that allows the programmer to traverse the list in either direction, either from 0 to n to 0. Modify the list during iteration. Tell me, can we modify the list during iteration? Yes. And obtain the iterator's current position in the list. We can also retrieve what the current position, where the cursor is pointing also, you can retrieve if you want. A list iterator has no current element. Its a cursor position always lies between the element that would be returned by a call to previous and an element that would be returned by a call to the next. That means it is always pointing to between the elements, means before first element it is pointing. Note that the remove and set object methods are not defined in terms of, okay, I will explain this. So I'm not much understanding internals of list iterator because it's little complex. Okay, so that's why don't try to list iterator. Iterator is a legacy. Iterator is a collections framework. List iterator is a subinterface of iterator. When it is a subinterface of iterator, how it can be legacy? Only enumeration is legacy. Remaining all are collections framework. Okay. It is available from which version? 1.2. Okay. What are the methods available inside this? We have method called what? Add. Tell me, is it adding or inserting? It inserts. Has next. Has previous. Next. Look at that. What we are going to the method, we have next index. Currently cursor is positioning, pointing to which location also you can get. Previous index. Next index, what is the next index? What the previous index also you can get. Remove, set. Okay, next index, previous index is not required. Now, I want you to write a small program. I want you set every element available in the array list set to A. Lowercase objects, I want you convert to uppercase. Now tell me how to write code here. Simply, again, I am traveling. List is available from which version? Shivashankar. List is available from 1.2 version, right? Then collections framework collection. Okay. Now look at here. While litr dot has next, litr dot next. Now I'm retrieving first element. What I want to do now? While retrieving, I wanted to modify. Okay. For modifying purpose, how many methods you have? Totally, we have 3 methods. First method, remove method, inheriting from the iterator. Then next we have a method called what? Add, which will, it is inserting. Another method is a set. Set method meant for replacing. I want to replace all the string objects with their uppercase. Then what I should write here? Tell me. I should write litr dot set of. Now you have already obj object. This obj object I will typecast. Obj object I will typecast to whom now? String. Hope you remember, if you want to perform any operation on returned object, you have to use typecast. And then up to uppercase method I'm calling. So we are retrieving the A from the next method, retrieve A and store it in obj. Obj typecast to the string. On the string we are calling to uppercase. That means this entire statement is replaced with what? Double quotes A. Now the double quotes A, when I pass to set method replaces the available element in the current index with this data. Are you following my point? That means small a replaced with the capital A. Tell me, is this statement executed or not executed? Not executed. Why? Because the collection contain only strings or objects. Objects. That means the object coming from the collection may be integer, right? or maybe example, maybe null. So it leads to what? Either class cast exception or null pointer exception. How can we overcome the class cast exception? By using instance of operator. First, let me show you output here. You will get class cast exception for the second object, right? Then first object is A, converted to capital A. Second object is what? 5. 5 cannot be converted to string. So then how to overcome this problem? I should write here if condition. If obj instance of string, then only run the statement. Otherwise, don't do anything. Then next, after while loop completed, I want to display array list one more time to see the elements are modified or not. Control 1. Tell me the list tray, the what do you call the list iterator modifications are applied on original collection or not? Yes. Yesterday we have seen snapshot, right? But now the java.util package cursor objects, either iterator or list iterator, are they taking any snapshot of the array list? No, they are directly pointing to underlying collection only, right? So control 1, compile, control 2. Now all string lowercase objects are converted to uppercase. Look at that, capital A, capital B, capital C. Right? Now, for example, if the object is integer, else if obj instance of integer, if obj instance of integer, I want insert 20. Okay, I just want insert 20 in list iterator dot set of what I have to do. I no need to typecast, just I want insert 20. Then tell me 20 is inserted only for one integer or all integers? All integers available in the collection, 20 will be inserted. Control 1, compile, and this is just a test program, sir, for understanding list iterator functional. Look at that. After 5, 20 stored. After 7, 20 stored. After 8, 20 stored. That means add method functionality, it will insert the given element in the current location or next location. Current element location or next location. Next location. Set method replace in the next location or current location. Set method working on current location, add method is working on next location. Is it clear, guys? So this is the all points about list iterator. All points about list iterator are there in the material. Hope you already found where the volume 2 book cursor objects notes found. What the date today, please? Third session of cursors. Next point. Using list iterator, we can retrieve elements in bidirectional. It also we can apply list iterator only on list implemented classes. We cannot use it on set implemented classes because it will work for only index. List iterator has special methods in addition to the methods retrieving from the iterator. It also contains special methods for moving cursor backward direction, has previous, also has special methods for inserting object add method and replacing existing object with set method. Okay, na? right? So list iterator, this much knowledge sufficient. So in future, if you required, you can use in the project. Any doubts, please ask. Anyone have doubts? Update amount logic, where? Where in collection project? Collection or at the regular bank account? Update account is nothing but what? Retrieve the account and then update it. Search using equals method. Using equals method, search. You have update operation. I mean, you have a search operation, you know, na? In bank account class, equals method is override. Search for that object and you can update it. Simple. Right. And if you have any questions, post in group, we will discuss in the group. Test 20. Score for each loop. For each loop is a Java 5 version feature. Java 5 version language level feature. Using for each loop, we can retrieve elements from either array or from the collection. Again repeating, for each is a loop. Using for each loop, we can retrieve elements either from the collection or from the array. When you have already for loop with index, okay, and when we have already iterator for retrieving elements, then why for each loop is came? What the need of for each loop? Simplifying the number of lines of code we are writing. Okay, now simplifying number of lines of code we are writing. Now let me take the same array list class here back. Same code I am taking, copy paste. Okay, array list of AL equal to new array list. Tell me, if you want to retrieve elements from array list, what code I have to write here? Tell me. By using, I want to retrieve elements by using for loop, using get method, and I want to use iterator. Both I want to use. All you people help me. Okay. For int, what I should write? I equal to 0, I less than al dot size I plus plus. Okay. Then what do you write? Object obj equal to al dot get of 0. Okay. And then system dot out dot println print method. Let me take double quotes. What do you write? Print of obj plus double quotes. Okay, control 1, all elements are retrieving. This is a one way, but it is only working for what? This for loop will work only for what? List implemented classes. Yes or no? Can it work for set implemented classes? No, it will work only list implemented classes. Then if you want to work with the list and set implemented classes, I should use iterator. Iterator of object itr equal to, come on, what I should write here? al dot iterator of, then wrong logic, very long logic here. Oh, get of 0 I have written. Okay, get of I. So then what I should write now here? While, come on, everyone. itr dot has next, and then what do you write? Object obj equal to itr dot next, system dot out dot print of, system dot out dot print of obj plus double quote space. Look at that. Using iterator also we are getting elements now. Somewhere I did mistake here, it is throwing error. Cannot find symbol iterator. Add an import statement. Spelling mistake. Compile print ln. Control 1. Control. Look at that. Values are coming up. Now, what should I do now? If you carefully observe here, in both the syntaxes, there is a small problem. If you slowly identify, there is a problem. And there is no compile time error, there is no runtime error, but repeated code writing is there. Observe. Int I equal to 0, I less than al dot size, I plus plus. Okay, al dot get off. This much code, every programmer should write or run. This code is changing from programmer to programmer? No. What is changing from programmer to programmer? Object obj equal to SOP. If you come to the iterator code, observe here, this code is fixed or not? Observe now, this code is fixed or not? Either you write, I write, everyone should write the same code now. When this logic is same for all developers, then who should write this code? That is where in Java 5 version, Sun Microsystem come forwarded with one shortcut syntax. The shortcut syntax is called for each loop. Now, tell me, for last 2 days or 3 days, we are learning iterator and factory method. Lot of story we are learning. Why unnecessary new code I am learning? So from the day beginning of my programming language, for iterating the elements, I am learning what for loop. I want to use for only. Okay, na? So if I have the for only, then it's easy for me. For what type of objects you, okay, from where you want retrieve elements? From the array list. What type of objects you want retrieve from the array list? AL is what type of elements collection it is? AL is object type of collection, right? So what type of elements will come from AL? Object type. So you have to take a variable here, object obj. Are you following? For loop, object obj, colon. What does separator have to write? AL, colon. So tell me, regular for loop separator is what? Semicolon. Now, what is the for each loop separator? Colon. Why Sun Microsystem has taken colon as a separator? Array simple. If you write here semicolon, then it will become old for loop syntax and it will throw error. Where is the third expression? Where is the next expression, right? Semicolon expected. If you take a semicolon, one more semicolon must be there. 2 semicolons must be there. So that's why they have not taken semicolon. They taken what? Colon. Okay. Why they have taken colon? Why not some other separator? Array colon is available on top of semicolon. Na? You all people are habituated finger with semicolon. Now for semicolon, for semicolon. Now if you write here colon, then your finger will be easy. Na? That's why they taken colon. That's it. So what this for loop is called? It is called enhanced for loop. People are calling it as for each loop, but it is technically called what? Enhanced for loop. Okay, actually it is enhanced for loop. Why? This for loop syntax is enhanced like this. That's why it is enhanced for loop. Or also people are calling it as for each loop. Why people are calling it as a for each loop? Because this loop is iterated for each object available in array list. That's why they're calling what? For each loop. For each object retrieved. Then write system dot out dot print of, system dot out dot print of What you write here? OBJ plus double colon. Now the question. Tell me, this for loop, you are writing like this, but when you compile it, compiler software converts this for loop as iterator code. Everyone understand? Huh? You are writing you are writing for each loop. Shortcut syntax you are writing, small syntax code you are writing, but background it is converted to what? Iterator only. Okay, look at there, for each loop also retrieving the same elements now. Tell me, can I apply this enhancer for loop on linked has set? Everyone tell me. Is it possible to apply on linked has set? Yes. Means on set implemented classes also we can apply. See, for each loop background is indexed base for loop or iterator loop. Its background is iterator, yeah. This code is converted to what? Iterator. This code you are writing in place of you. In place of you, who is writing this code? Compiler will write. So for each loop syntax is same. Yeah, can't you see, Sai? You yourself see, man. Open Java P command and try. Why you want me to ask? Why you are asking me? LHS, then OBJ. Look at that. Linked has set collection I'm creating. Linked has a set of object LHS equal to new. People who wish to see the background code of for each loop, open API document. Sorry, open .class file BG Java P command. You will know it. Or else use decompiler software. LHS dot add of. I'm writing double quotes X, double quotes Y. And then control 1, compile, control 2, execute. Look at that. Elements coming in X, Y. No, I don't want to copy. Because people feel it is a linked has set a released a confusion. That's why I want to take new elements. Okay, now all people understand? Enhanced for loop and iterator both are same. For each loop is the shortcut way of writing iterator. So tell me now onwards, whenever you want to retrieve elements from collection, either set or list, what we will use? For loop with index, enumeration, iterator, list iterator for each loop. We have several options. Which option you choose? Come on, all people should share your option. I have for each for loop with index, enhanced enumeration. Chinmay, all are same, right? Is there any, are you seeing any difference? All are meant for retrieving. Your requirement is retrieving. You just want retrieve elements available in the collection. Then which collection we will use? Just you want retrieve elements from the collection. Then which approach we use? For loop with index and get method, enumeration, iterator, list iterator for each loop. Which one we use? People are saying that iterator, list iterator, you didn't understand that. List iterator will work only for list, right? Why you use list iterator? You don't want to work on set then? Wrong option. List iterator is wrong option. You should use for loop with get method or iterator, enhanced for loop. Among these three, which one is the best? Enhanced for loop is the best. For each loop is the best. Why? Because for each loop is background iterator only. And for each loop is shortcut way of writing the code. concise code. What we call it as concise code. How much we need, that much only we are writing. Unnecessary code is abstracted from us. CONCISE, concise. Okay, guys, everyone understand for each loop? Okay. Can I use for each loop however I like? No, there are some rules. For, tell me, I want retrieve elements from AL. And here what is the basic syntax of for each loop? I just written a program, but I want you understand the basic syntax of for each loop or enhanced for loop. What is the syntax? For variable declaration colon. Here what is allowed? Array or very important iterable. Array or iterable type object. What is allowed? Here either array object or iterable type object is allowed. Sir, what is iterable? Iterable is an interface available from Java 5 version. Iterable is an interface. It is available from Java 5 version. From Java 5 version, for developing enhanced for loop, we got a special interface called what? Iterable. Everyone understand that? If you want to achieve loose coupling, you want to define a parameter. Okay, now guys, what question I'm asking? If you want to achieve loose coupling, if you want to define a method with one parameter, or you want to define some syntax where I want to accept different type of objects. I want to accept all animals. The parameter should be what? Animal. I want to accept different type of vehicles. The parameter should be what? Vehicle. So if you want to achieve loose coupling among the multiple objects, the variable type should be what? Super type. Now for a develop for each loop, okay, to accept some particular type of objects, they have created one special interface called what? Iterable. Are you able to hear me? Iterable is available from which version? Java 5 version. So if you want to apply for each loop on an object, that object must be the implementation of which interface? Iterable. Okay, na? Right. Array object is by default iterable. Array object is by default iterable. If you want to make your class object is iterable, you must make your class as implementation of which interface? Iterable interface. Okay, na? Now, let me ask a question. What are the rules here? Rule number 1. Rule number 1. First expression must be variable declaration. Tell me, in your regular for loop, what is the syntax? Variable initialization means you can declare variable outside and initialize inside. But come to the enhanced for loop, the first expression must be variable declaration, means data type variable name must be there. Variable declaration means data type variable name. Everyone understand? Huh? This is the rule, so don't try to understand. Data type variable name. Okay. Then can I take variable of any type? No. The variable type must be the element type retrieving from what do you call source. What is the source? The source can be array object or iterable type. Okay, the two rules understood, everyone? Are you guys there? Able to hear me? Then reply. Are both rules understood or not understood? Rule number 3. What is rule number 3? Rule number 3. The source object must be an array. Array of which type? Any type. An array object or iterable type. Generally, people say array or collection. The word using is for collection is wrong. Iterable I have to use. For example, collection is iterable type. Okay, na? Now I will write one for loop. You tell me is it right or wrong. For open bracket, closed bracket. I am taking here object obj colon EAL. Is it right or wrong? Just syntax only I am checking. Internal logic I am not writing. Is it valid or not valid? Now this is variable declaration. Yes. Then its the variable type is object, which is AL returning object type. AL returning object is object. So is it compiled or not? Yes. Rule number 1, 2, 3 are satisfied. Compile. Only compilation. Next, I am writing here variable I am declaring outside and I am using that variable inside. Is it allowed or not allowed? Case number 2. Is it allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. Compiler throw error. Because the variable should be declared inside, not outside. Okay, the variable should be declared in the for parenthesis in the first expression. Bad. What is error? Bad initializer for loop. Bad initializer for loop. Okay, it is a wrong. You cannot declare outside and you cannot use it inside for initialization. This is wrong. Okay, next. I am writing something like this. I am creating array list object again. Array list of. I am taking parameter string here. AL2 equal to new array list of. There are no elements. Okay, elements not required. Just I'm creating for a type purpose. Now here I am creating for loop. And tell me what is the source object you are taking here? AL2. AL2 returning elements are of what type? String. Can I take string yes colon AL2? Yes. Compile successfully. Okay. Now I am taking here object yes. Allowed or not allowed? Come on, everyone should answer. Object yes. Allowed or not allowed? Allowed. Why allowed? The object coming from AL2 is a string. String is subtype of what? Object. So no problem. It is allowed. Now I'm taking here integer. Allowed or not allowed? Integer I. Allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. AL2 returning object is string. String is not subtype of integer. Compiler throw incompatible types. Incompatible types. Okay. Everyone understand? So first two rules understood? First expression must be variable declaration, data type, variable name. Second, next, the variable type must be the element type retrieving from the source object. Retrieving from the source object. Okay, right. Now, let me ask another question. For, I am writing something like this. Char ch colon. Okay, I am writing here string object. String yes equal to double quotes. Here I have written. I want to retrieve characters HRI and then I'm writing yes here. Allowed? String S equal to Hari, for loop char ch colon S. Is it allowed or not allowed? What object I have written here? String. String is a iterable type? No. String is not subtype of iterable. Okay, string is a normal class object. It is not container object. Generally, container objects are iterable. String is not a container. So compiler throw error. Incompatible types. String is not iterable. Required array or java.lang.iterable. Found what? String. So it is wrong. Then can I write like this? Observe now. Char array of ch equal to ch array equal char array equal to lower bracket single quote h comma single quote a single quote r single quote I, and then I am writing for loop. I am writing for loop char ch colon ca. Allowed? What the source object? Array. Array can I take as a for each loop source object? Yes. So can I expect all people understand for each loop rules syntax? Now I am taking here another object linked hash map. What collection it is? Linked hash map string comma integer LHM equal to new linked hash map of tell me, hash map is a iterable type object or not iterable? For I am taking something called string s colon s already there. So let me take a s1. Now I am writing what? LHM. And tell me, is it compiled or not compiled? Not compiled, because map is not iterable. Only collection is iterable. Map is not iterable. Cannot find symbol linked hash map. I have to add import statement. And look at that. For each loop is not applied to given type because it is allowed array or java.lang.iterable. So observe here, where is this API documentation? I'm searching for map, java.util.map. Look at that. Is map interface subinterface of iterable? No. So can I apply map or map implementation classes on iterable? No. Let me take collection, java.util.collection. Look at that. Collection is extending iterable. Am I right? Collection is extending from iterable. That means on all types of collections, can I apply iterable? I mean, for each loop, yes. Open iterable. Read this. Implementing this interface allows an object to be the target of the enhanced for statement. Sometimes call it as for each loop. What is the original statement of enhanced for loop? Enhanced for loop, but not for each loop. Sometimes also can call as for each loop. People are more habituated calling it as for each loop, but official name is what? Enhanced for loop. So if your class is not deriving from iterable, your class cannot be used as a target of for each loop. Okay, so hope you understand up to now all points. Every point I covered about for each loop, including rules also, what is allowed, what is not allowed. Akhil, array is by default iterable, right? Its nature is iterable, na? And it is not API, it is language level object. Understand? Okay, guys. So with this, today I'm stopping session. Already my mobile battery gone. Cannot continue further. Okay. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. we will meet class. Yeah, 7 a.m. link we'll share in the Google Classroom. Tomorrow you join all the people. Listen. Join class from the app. Tomorrow class is at